How does it feel as a mum? And we are all proud of our kids, and we're proud of all our children, no matter what they do. But it must feel really. Does it feel odd? What is the feeling to look at a superstar daughter who is known internationally in videos like that? There.
Well, I see Rita as my daughter. I can't see it any different, and I think, as a mum, that's for me never changed.
Yeah.
I love seeing I love seeing her doing what she loves.
I just wonder, when Rita comes home, you know, for that gravy on a Sunday or whatever it is, you know, is it just an ordinary life, or do you... I'm not saying you make any difference, you know, but is she just ordinary at home?
I mean, for me, they're all the same. I don't see her superstar, and I mean, for me, all three are equal. Elena and Don and Rita. I mean, that's how it's in our family, and there's no difference at all. And I emphasize this, and I make her and treat her equally as my other children.
So she still has to do the washing up.
They're all important for me.
When you make the Sunday dinner, she still has to do the washing.
Oh yes,
just like all the kids.
But when you came
Blitz
here,
my kitchen.
Vera, when you came here from Kosovo, Rita was what, 2 years old?
She was 1.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's kind of... I'm linking my story because I think it's important to mention, because I myself had breast cancer at the age of 39, and my children were small. My son was only 7. So it was really difficult, and moving to another country, I couldn't speak English at all. Back home, I was a GP and had wonderful career. I was,
Because you arrived here from Kosovo and you were all living in one room. And when I read that you were a doctor and then you had to retrain here as well as starting from nothing, I thought it was a really inspiring story.
It's a story that has really kind of changed our view in the family, and I have struggled to kind of learn the language first, and I was a doctor, and then I arrived here, felt like nothing. So obviously I was a mum. That for me was important, and I'm glad now that I had spent quite a few years to build up my knowledge to be able to pass my English exam.
And your husband also, I mean, he had a big job in Kosovo as well, so presumably he had to change jobs.
Yes, he was working in a restaurant, long hours. And
here?
I was with my children all the time. And obviously, as a woman, as a professional woman, you want to be fulfilled in a way. So apart from looking after the children, I felt, that's really great. And I did, 100% caring for my children. But I thought that something was missing, and struggled to learn the language and pass my medical exams.
So you work in the medical...
I'm a psychiatrist. I work within NHS, and I kind of have a real job, not like Rita.
But I'm just going to say, though, that you're one of the great survivors of breast cancer. You know, you had breast cancer very young, and I gather that you're very much involved with various projects at the moment, partly through your fact that you're a doctor, and also, the fact that you've survived breast cancer.
I mean, the journey I had, it was really tough. At a young age, treatment tends to be more rigorous and quite more prolonged, because when it's diagnosed younger, the treatment gets to be more intense and quite extensive. So I had chemotherapy and radiotherapy, and then had to be...
You had a mastectomy as well.
Yeah, so I did have late reconstruction. Sorry, it's still hard to talk about. But
just to help you, let you pull yourself together a little bit, and and this is why it's so important that you're on something like Loose Women today, because what you're actually... Vera is the face of... it's a new swimwear and lingerie collection, and it's for women who are post-mastectomy. Because the journey itself is so difficult, even all these years later, and anything that can make you feel beautiful again is something that can hugely help you psychologically.
Yes, what does the costume actually do for someone who's had a mastectomy? What does it give you?
I mean, the swimwear that was designed by international celebrity designer, with 30% of proceeding going to Future Dreams charity, which is the charity that is dedicated to raise funds, awareness, and different research projects. It's really a wonderful charity. And for me, when I had to model for swimwear, and to make that decision, it was a bit tricky because obviously I'm not a model. I'm a working medic, and I don't have my makeup and hair done on a daily basis. So I thought the only thing I can do, at least, try and show women that even if you had scarring and you had the operation, there's swimwear that's been created now that can fulfill our part to look great, to feel confident,
and do you know what you are? You're a beautiful, real woman. It's been lovely to have you on the programme today. Thank you so much.